Before I want to get into this video, just want to put a trigger warning out there for you guys. It's going to be a very dark video to discuss. So those of you who are religious, hold on to something, child. Just hold on to something. Hey guys, it's Marali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back again with another video. If you have not subscribed, click that button, guys. It is daily and consistent content. Subscribe to the channel. Head over to my Instagram at Murad_Marali. I would really appreciate it. Follow and like there. Comment down below, thumbs ups, and this super thanks if you guys wish to. Apologies for the lateness and the lack thereof videos. I've received a couple of messages of you guys saying, Murad, where are you? Are you okay? I thought I'd just drop one video a day here and there. Only on this channel will people be like, where are you? Despite the fact that I'm putting one video up a day rather than 5 or 6. But these wedding events, child, these wedding events, it's back to back. It's every single day. It's like 4 in a row. So as beautiful as they are, it can just get tiring. So I was like, you know what? The jet lag and the exhaustion, let me just sleep for a bit and just, you know, check out, child. But we finna clock in because this story is crazy. So before I get in this video, I feel like sometimes I do break into what they call Ave, African American vernacular. I feel like I do it quite a bit here and there. A lot of my friends, majority of my friends, especially from America, are African American women. And so when we speak on FaceTime, when we're texting, they speak a lot of Ave. And therefore, as a human, I naturally just pick up on it because these are my friends. We speak a lot. You know, I meet them when I'm in LA and in New York, when I go to New Orleans. So, you know, as a human, you just pick up on stuff. It's a sponge. You code switch. It naturally just happens. So sometimes I just be saying random things, but it's purely because I just travel a lot. I have friends all over the world. And majority of my friends are African American or, you know, British black, you know, so it just kind of just soaks in. Anyways, sorry, random. I just wanted to get into that. Sorry, I'm wasting everyone's time. As many of you know, I've been in the business for about 15 years in various positions. It was during the summer of 1994, a friend and I went LA for the Soul Train Music Awards. I was working the event. One of my girlfriends was friends with Wolf. Now he's dead. He was one of Sean Combs' best friends, and I like to call him his male groupie on the payroll. Anyway, we chilled with Diddy, Wolf, Warren G, and a few others the following day after the awards and vowed to hang out when we got back east. That evening, us girls caught our flight and arrived home safely. 2 days later, my girl gets a call from Wolf wanting to hang, so we all agreed to meet at Puffy's apartment, which at the time was on 23rd Street. We get there and we commence to partying and hanging out, smoking, drinking, and doing the things you do when you hang out. About 3 to 4 hours into the hangout session, Wolf calls myself, my girlfriend he's trying to holler at, and our other girlfriend to come downstairs. So we leave everyone else and follow him. I assume he just asked us based on the conversation we'd all have having back in Cali, and early that evening, we get downstairs and the room is completely blackened out. There were couches and a small table in the room. Wolf asked us if we believe in God. We all said yes. Nobody was really taking shit seriously. Hell, we were all effed up. Anyway, he asked us individually what we wanted out of life and if by some chance we could have had anything, you know, for it. Like young chicks, we were all basically in unison and were like, hell yeah. He said good and told us to sit on the floor, so we did. Puffy wasn't saying anything during our initial questioning. Then he joined us on the floor. We sat in complete silence for about 10 minutes, just looking back at one another. And then Wolf, Puffy, and Sugar Dice started chanting this crazy stuff. At this time, the room started to become colder and colder by the minute, to the point I was becoming uncomfortable because I like it hot all the time. Still, our dumbasses didn't move or say anything. That is until they started talking in voices that didn't sound like what they were previously talking in. At this point, it was so cold in the room, you could see your breath, and I was completely not up for what was going down or about to go down. Hell, I didn't even know what was happening. All I know is I knew it was time to go. I didn't want to play anymore. I motioned to get up, and Wolf shot me a look that seemed to go right through me. I was scared then. I tried to move, but couldn't, so I just started praying real hard. I didn't do it out loud, but the more I prayed, the angrier they got, it seemed, until Puffy looked at me and told me to get out. Not anyone else, just me. I was so scared, I didn't even look back at my other 2 friends. I just went upstairs. I grabbed my coat and left. Honestly, everyone left upstairs seemed to be looking at me real crazy. I got home and tried to forget what happened. The next night, I had what I thought was a nightmare, but it was as real as me as I'm sitting here typing. I was laying in bed and about to doze off to sleep when I smelled something. Mind you, I was in my apartment alone and hadn't cooked anything all day. It was a rancid smell, almost like a foul man's odor. Then my apartment became ice cold like the night before, and as I tried to wake myself up, I felt hands holding me down. Again, I prayed to God to help me, that whatever was happening to me, please save me. It felt like I was prayed and struggled all night. When I finally woke up the next morning, my body felt like I had been through a battle and I was sore and my upper hands were bruised. I later told my nana, very, very religious, what happened, and she said that somebody or something was after my soul. I went on for a couple more years, teetering on the edge before I became born again and realized that what was trying to be done to me. Sad thing is, I was so eager and anxious to be down and get put on, I almost sold my soul to the devil to get ahead. Guys, this is a lot. It's a very intense story, and it goes to show you of what was going on in regards to, demonic entities that P. Diddy was playing around with way back when, and, how people really sell themselves in different kind of ways. I believe the story. I don't believe it to be false. I feel like, it does align, and I find it to be very interesting. It also does have Wolf involved. I think Wolf, for those of you who don't know, was P. Diddy's ex-bodyguard. Of course, he was killed, and people think that Diddy has something to do with it. Now, I would imagine that this story could add into a theory, and I want you to follow me with this, guys. I feel like Wolf knew too much about what Diddy was doing. Evidently, Wolf just wasn't a bodyguard. He wanted to dabble into this world and get XYZ, hence why he's bringing these girls into these rooms and then blacking everything out and chanting and whatever the demonic stuff they were doing. He knew too much. And Diddy therefore needed to kill him because he was a liability, allegedly is what I believe. Now, we all know via Cassie's lawsuit that P. Diddy likes BBCs. Hopefully you guys know where I'm going with this. Follow me closely. And that, he likes to see voyeurism. So we all know that Wolf is a very handsome man. And we know via Jason Lee is that Diddy used to get Sean John models, good-looking people, to F Cassie in any kind of way. I wouldn't be surprised if whilst Diddy was going out with Misa or some kind of way, he evidently asked Wolf to do things with Misa and he would watch. Voyeurism, history repeating itself, but just with different people. And in that way, Misa and Wolf had a kid, and that ended up being, the kid that we see today, and he's not really P. Diddy's father. And of course, P. Diddy obviously found Wolf attractive. He's a fine guy. He probably has, a BBC, considering the fact that Diddy likes men only around him who have BBCs in some kind of way. I don't know, the preference that he probably has. He knew too much about everything going on, and therefore that is why he needed to die. Because there also is a video on YouTube that was uploaded many, many years ago, if we look into our research, that this was from Wolf's daughter, who has basically exclaimed the fact that once Wolf had died, Diddy did nothing for Wolf's family, hadn't contacted Wolf's daughter in any capacity. Why would you not be there for the family of somebody who was one of your closest friends and bodyguard? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Because surely if you had killed somebody, why would you then be there for them and etc.? I felt like Wolf knew too much. That was what I took from the story, is that why is he here partaking in a lot of the stuff allegedly in these stories? It really gives credence to a lot of stuff. I feel like he just knew too much. Diddy was a voyeurism at the freak-offs, asked Misa and, Wolf to play around. He would watch. Wolf's a good-looking guy, similar to the Sean John models for Cassie. I feel like there is a spider network in my head of where it all kind of correlates. Again, this is a theory, and again, this story I'm not exclaiming to be true. I believe it to be true, but I'm not saying it's fact. But it really goes to show you a different whole side of the Diddy stuff way back when, and people would do a lot to sell themselves. They would do a lot for fame, guys. And the gag is, you want wealth, not fame. People want both. They want that fame. They want to be seen everywhere. And you have to obviously make, sacrifices, and a lot of different processes. I don't know. The whole situation is just very scary to me, but I just think that, I don't know if this has been discussed and, doing research and stuff with friends, it is very interesting. Wolf's involvement. The fact that Diddy's done nothing for Wolf's family. And Wolf's daughter has spoken out on this, and there's a video looming on YouTube about it. You can all go check it out. Make of this what you will. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Click that button for daily and consistent content. I would appreciate it. Subscribe. Click that button. It's just one click. I would appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys soon for another video.